GSXRClyde, a very popular Destiny 2 streamer that plays with the larger names that make up that side of Twitch. Clyde is very well known amongst the D2 community. But today I'm going to show you how Clyde single-handedly victimized himself, passively sent witch hunts to anyone critical of the situation that took place recently, and became the whiniest content creator of 2022 so far. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you GSXRClyde, how to play the victim. Before going any further, I must clarify, this video is in no way meant as a teardown of Clyde's character, nor do I myself condone any form of quote-unquote witch hunting or harassment. All this video is me pointing out the facts of the situation at hand. If any point made in this video makes you angry or you disagree, well, obviously you're entitled to that, but just know everything I'm presenting to you in this video is fact, aside from when I give my own opinion on everything, which will happen near the end of the video. I want to mention as well, before someone says, why are you still talking about this? Well, in the words of Augie RFC,
there's no arbitrary time limit, or there's no arbitrary, like, you can only talk about a topic for like 2 or 3 times, otherwise you're milking it. Suck my ass. Okay.
Man, I love that take. Suck my ass indeed. One final thing. Any and all content used in this video falls under the Fair Use Act and is therefore at zero risk of being taken down for copyright abuse. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get back to the matter at hand. Now, for those of you that don't somehow know about the situation that took place the other day, Dexerto tweeted a clip of Clyde essentially shoving his dog across the room. One clip I didn't include in my previous video on this topic was a clip in which Clyde went to check on Thor, which of course is the dog's name. I didn't exclude this from my video for clout or because I hate Clyde. Granted, I'm not a huge fan of the guy now. Now, the reason I excluded that clip is because I wasn't even aware of its existence until publishing the video. I honestly hadn't heard any mention of this clip until my previous video started getting flooded with Clyde simps saying, look at this clout chaser, leaving clips out to make the situation look worse. Sorry to break it to you guys, we don't do intentional misinformation on this channel, no matter the potential view count. Everyone makes mistakes, and this is one I completely own up to. I should have waited until I had the necessary info to post that video, but then I wouldn't have got all them views, baby. Anyways, yes, I'll be the first to admit the dog was clearly okay afterwards, and yes, sometimes bigger dogs need a bit of a reminder to back the fuck off, but this wasn't it, dude. It just wasn't.
It's fine. You're pissing me off. Jesus Christ.
And I'm not the only one that thinks so either.
Destiny 2 streamer pushes his dog into the... But why?
Jesus Christ. Stupid.
But why? Do none of y'all own dogs? Yeah, I think people own dogs. They just don't throw them across the room. What the fuck? These guns are absurd. Toes. Because these are absurd takes, though.
Now, I'm not saying that just because XQC has this opinion that you have to have it as well, but I think that it does speak volumes, if nothing else, right? However, none of that is why we're here today. The reason we're here today is to address the complete and utter cowardice he chose to display in his response, which resulted in my channels and others like mine receiving tons of just flat-out ignorant comments defending Daddy Clyde because he's getting death threats. Okay? And, I mean, I personally disavow that kind of behavior, but when a video of you being aggressive towards your dog goes viral on Twitter of all places, what the fuck do you expect to happen, man? Did you think that wasn't gonna happen?
It's strange how the community reacts.
Jesus Christ, dude, I don't think he was actually expecting people to react the way they reacted. I don't know how he didn't expect that. It's actually beyond me, but now I know a lot of you may be sitting there thinking, what the hell is the point of this video? Well, my friend, that would be some pretty superb timing because we're about to get into exactly that. As I mentioned before, my main reason for revisiting this topic is because of the atrocious response that Clyde gave to the whole situation. His initial response, which we'll get into in a minute, was just fucking bad. The response in question currently is a second, more quote-unquote refined response. For his second response, he started off by whining like a little bitch about the hate he'd been getting, and I get it, man. Random people's opinions can be annoying, but we're all grown here, so quit crying.
So yeah, I haven't slept. It's been a rough night. Before I start getting into it, talking what I want to talk about, I don't want people to jump on any of the train or anything. We've got everything from a death threat to anything you could possibly think of. And this isn't pity or anything, but to fill people in on stuff. Yesterday on my 2021 highlight clip on YouTube, there was a clip that was posted on Reddit, Twitter, and my YouTube of me aggressively pushing Thor back in the clip. I want to note that in the original clip, I did check on the dog after to make sure that the dog was okay. Thor is in my daily content every day. I love my dog. You know, Twitter's flamed right now. People have reported my Twitch. People have reported my YouTube. People have made posts on internet sites to mass report me.
You guys get the point. Pretty much the first 3 minutes of this clip is him victimizing himself. My channels are getting reported. I'm getting flamed on Twitter. Like, dude, this is what happens when you fuck up in the public eye. This is what happens. So when he did eventually stop whimpering, he actually gave a pretty good apology. I gotta give him credit where credit is due.
But I'm not demoralizing or taking anything away from the clip. What I did was wrong. I love my dog though, and if the clip at all affected you or made you think any different of me, I apologize to you. And I honestly hope that me talking about this is helping in any way, and if not, I totally understand. But I honestly want to find a way to be able to talk with everybody as a community. That's why I don't pull the clip down. I didn't delete the video. I'm not running from anything. I'm here, and I honestly just want to be able to be civil about it.
But immediately after this, he goes full fucking circle and starts up another pity party. You wanna know what this is called? It's called victimizing yourself. And that has repercussions, man.
Again, it's, you know, things can always be handled differently. But when you're in defense mode, I mean, it's just a human brain to go into a defense mode and sit here and say, hey, this is not right. I shouldn't, you know, have to, you know, deal with this. And, you know, I went into fight or flight mode, and things could have been handled differently. I totally understand. But you know, I don't know, man. It's been a tough night. I'll tell you that. You know, people have been DMing me, telling me to stay off Twitter, and I've been reading everything. I've literally read mostly everything. Anything that people have added me in or talked about me in, I've read, and it's not easy to read, you know. But you live and you learn, man. You know, I'm human. I make mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. But usually when people make mistakes, they don't usually sit on stream and make an apology sandwich surrounded by pity parties for bread. Was that a good analogy? I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. One thing in particular I wanted to address in this video was the absolute cancer takes that some people had to defend Clyde with. The following comments are all excerpts from my previous video's comment section. To be honest, Clyde don't deserve those simply nothing because of some brick here. You simply just know nothing about dogs. And everyone understands that entire video, and at the end say that I enjoy watching. It's a natural thing. Yes, it was aggressive, but it happens all the time, and people go public so fast it happens. And this video must be of such high quality. There are no dislikes. Okay, that last one was just kind of funny. At least it sure as shit made me laugh, considering the fact that an incredibly large portion of Clyde's audience came and disliked my video, and that is because he victimized himself. That is because he, you know, went out to his audience and said, you know, I'm getting a bunch of death threats, I'm getting all this harassment and hate, and I know I screwed up, but I don't think I deserve this. And, you know, this is what happens when people screw up on the internet, man. Take it on the chin and keep going. Like, you don't have to victimize yourself to your entire community, and like, you're complaining about witch hunting and harassment and stuff like that, but you don't realize that when you victimize yourself like this, it sends harassment and hate mobs and shit like that to channels like mine. Again, I don't care. You guys can go look on any of my social medias. I've said that I really don't care about your guys' comments from the Destiny community at all. It's simply a signal boost to me. But that is the repercussions of victimizing yourself like that instead of just taking responsibility. But we got a little bit off track. This what I was just referencing before going off on that little tangent is probably one of the most ignorant takes on a situation like this I have ever seen. Just because Thor is a big dog does not excuse Clyde from criticism. Let me repeat that. Thor being a big dog does not excuse your papa Clyde from criticism. Bottom line. Going by this logic, apparently the bigger the dog, the more I can be physically aggressive with it. Now, obviously, I know that's not true, and anyone with half a brain would also know that that's just a flat-out retarded take.
Because these are absurd takes, though. Yeah, it's not because the dog is huge that you can throw it. I don't get it. Well, you can achieve the same result without fucking going crazy like that. The fucking takes are how are these things like upvoted?
I wish I could tell you, dude. I really do. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and answer that question right now because I do have the answer to that. How are these takes upvoted, you ask? Well, because Clyde played victim to his large and loyal audience instead of simply apologizing, owning up, and leaving it at that. Like I said, the apology wasn't half bad, and I'm never gonna say that it, you know, was a garbage apology or anything like that because he did seem like he meant it. But it's completely discredited by the fact that he sandwiched the apology between two pity parties. Harassment, bullying, death threats. You're a large content creator, dude. Get used to it and get over yourself. All of this is without mentioning the fact that he hadn't responded to anything until Twitter had a problem and his career was put in jeopardy, which I do want to clarify is not the point of my videos, but this kind of behavior isn't exactly advertiser friendly, and even his audience knows this based off this comment. This comment was left on my previous video on the topic, by the way. I just honestly found it kind of laughable that even somebody that was coming over from Clyde's community to defend him in my comment section was fully self-aware of the fact that this action could result in, you know, bad things for him as a content creator. I don't know, dude, but how are you going to defend somebody and then tell me that their actions are worthy of being banned or removed from sponsorships? It's just a major contradiction, and I don't think I understand. And this is a very common theme throughout a lot of the comments that were left on my last video. It's just either people contradicting themselves or just being flat out retards. To wrap this whole thing up and I guess sort of summarize everything, my opinion on Clyde after this situation isn't overly negative, but I'd be lying if I said this whole thing didn't leave a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. The fact that Clyde complains so much about the hate just to throw a pity party and redirect the hate to those that were rightfully critical of the situation, well, bluntly speaking, seems like some pussy shit if you ask me. Take the flack that was rightfully coming your way and move on. The whole feel bad for me chat act was incredibly disingenuous, and I hope moving forward Clyde handles situations like this with more care. As like I said, these comments aren't a very big deal to me aside from literally boosting my video in the algorithm, but I just find it incredibly ironic, disingenuous, and hypocritical of him to just redirect the mob the way he did. I guess you could say this video was sort of a follow-up to the last one with a little bit of my own responses to the cancer takes that have been flooding my comments recently. This video is quite obviously, as with all my other content, not meant to tear anyone down, harass them, or send a witch hunt. This is simply me expressing my opinion on the situation, and if our opinions differ on anything, that's cool. Just don't be like this, dude. Wishing physical violence on a creator, bro? Like, you literally check yourself into a fucking hospital. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and turning notifications on. My Ko-Fi and Patreon will be down in the description below, so if you want to financially support the channel and gain numerous benefits related to the channel, I would really appreciate that. My name has been Buster, and I hope you all enjoyed this somewhat out of style video. I personally really enjoyed editing, scripting, and overall putting this video together, so if you want to see more like this in the future, be sure to let me know down below. Have a good one, everyone.